that part of it. Alright guys, here we go. Looks like the game is about to kick back in. Bullet, you scared the hell out of me, man. Don't do that again. So welcome back everyone to the welcome back everyone to the game. Picking up where we left off, we saw that there were knights from the Teutonic player for the side team. Yo kicking out across the map. Is that Robo? Robert?
Sorry, but I had to troll you. I'm really sorry.
That's so good.
So enjoy and have fun.
Cheers, man.
User left your channel.
Oh, that was fun. So that was Bullet just chucking in his $20 worth. Thank you very much for that. But like I said, we do have the we got the hunting player 6 out here on the right hand side for Chao ran into the castle edge now underneath the sling. Under the influence of Sling from his teal pocket, happy here, and he's going to be able to push back this initial sort of tirade of knights from Yo quite simply. As on the left hand side, we do see the red knights and blue British crossbows pushing out from the side team, and right off the bat, it almost looks like the side team does have a pretty strong advantage, unless Tim pushing out as a Spanish flank for CR or Chao can actually do some damage to the red pocket or the player 2 pocket. Lix, who is remarkably unwalled, which is quite a difference to the rest of his team. We can see that Yo is quite nicely walled. The same can be said for Lix. Sorry, not Lix. The same can be said for Love Ching as well. And also, the player 7 flank here as well. What's going on in the base of player 6 here? Monk's coming out to try and defend against the knights from Yo, which is always a very, very nice idea. Obviously, Monk's a fantastic counter to any slow moving units such as elephants or elephants, knights, or anything along those sorts of lines there, of course. It doesn't look like there's anything too much interesting. A little bit of laming coming in here for Coma on one of the golds. Here from Love Ching, but apart from that, nothing too interesting. The knights from Yo getting chased away quite conclusively, +1 having been done for player 6 here. Obviously underneath the influence of the sling from his Teutonic pocket, it's going to make it a little bit easier, and a couple of knights going down here as well inside of inside of Feng Shin's base. So it looks like it's a bit of a, not a stalemate, but it looks like it's starting to get a little bit stock standard here, as we see that the blue British crossbow is pushing out from Feng Shin. He's going to be able to pick off a knight here from Tim. Really, really nice pick here. And this is the thing, Tim is not really going to be able to push out and do too much damage, seeing as though he is going to be start to be harassed quite heavily back at his base now as well. There's only a couple of palisades protecting his economy. So that's going to be not too difficult at all for British crossbows as well as Hunnic Knights to get in and start doing some damage. Yo being pushed away quite conclusively. Still no armor for him. It looks like he might be settling into more of a sort of, let's go put out a couple of knights and settle into a bit of a boom roll. And we can see he's up on 4 TCs, and that's more or less what we often see from Yo as well. We do see that he is just an absolute beast when it comes to macro. So putting out a couple of knights, more or less letting his flank rather, try and fend for himself more or less, while he just has not a free boom, but a sort of unharassed boom. As we can see, he is up on the most amount of villages out of anyone else in the game. A little bit of a scuffle coming out here on the left-hand flank. The Hunnic Knights from Lix here are going to get cleaned up pretty conclusively from the +1 defensed Knights, and that seems to be from Tim here, and that seems to be a bit of a common trend all the way across the board. It looks like the CR team is quite heavily in favour in terms of the upgrades here, and it looks like, again, quite a few spearmen going down here inside the base of Feng Shin. Feng Shin clicking up to or nearly advancing up to the castle age here as well. Needs a little bit of help from his pocket Yo. He's Xing, he's flaring, he's thinking, help me Yo, help me, help me, help me. You've got 73 bills, send some of them to take down these knights if you can, please. And Yo obliging, sending in, again, unupgraded knights, realizing that his flank does need a little bit of help. And we have some flaring coming up as well from Lix out here on the base of Tim, maybe Xing this weak palisade wall. That could be another easy entrance into Tim's base as Tim throws up his 3rd town centre? That is his 4th town centre as the Spanish, so he's looking to get a few more villages out as well. Lix pushing out across the map Once again, Robo equals Robert. Yes, it does. Sai does also have a huge villager lead, owing to the fact that we do have Yo going up on 4 town centers and quite successfully booming away, and with Handcart kicking in now as well. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't see Yo clicking up to the Imperial Age in quite a nice time. We see Tim pushing out here against his opposing flank as well. Again, still +1 defense having been done on these knights with no other upgrades kicking in at all. Vubly Messenger, thank you very much for letting me know that there is a game on. We do have Lick setting his knights back to help out his British flanks out here on the left-hand side, and it looks like Tim's going to get cleaned up more or less conclusively inside Love Cheng's base. Although no patrol there, no patrol. So these, oh, hang on, no, sorry, Lick's is on. Lix is on his team, so that's okay. The Purple Knights here from So Big DL just gonna start cleaning up these Spanish towers, these pesky Spanish towers outside of his base, which didn't really zone him off too many resources. It kind of took away this stone and offered a little bit more of an entrance into his base when we saw that Feng Xin was pushing in the feudal age, but now he's playing a very strong game, getting out conquistadors, and only a handful of conquistadors are going to be enough to be able to push this aggression from purple back. So it looks like out here on this right hand side with Yo booming up, getting +2 armor now with cartography as well. It looks like out here on this right hand side, Sai is going to be in a really, really nice position. It's going to be interesting to see at what stage Yo does decide to click up to the Imperial Age. We can see he's still a little bit far away, but his population is getting up quite nicely, and this could be huge if he manages to find this villager. That's a villager pick, and there goes absolutely no walling coming in anymore on that right hand side. As on the left hand side, we do have quite a bit of aggression coming in here from the left-hand side from the Sai team. Yinghua and Lix deciding to clear up all this aggression inside of Love Cheng's base. He's had enough of having all this orange dotted throughout his base. He's Xing the towers, he's Xing the siege workshop, and he's thinking, right, Lix, let's get rid of all of this stuff here as well. What's Tim been doing? Tim hasn't actually been doing it too much for the time being, not that I can see. It looks like he tried to push out maybe against his opposing pocket, but not too much to be said there. But that is a crap ton of nearly fully upgraded Hunnic Knights. And Yo also on even upgrades, so it's going to come down to the numbers, but as Yo clicks up to the Imperial Age, we're definitely going to be seeing some more stables thrown down, and we are definitely going to be seeing hopefully scouts. I've got my fingers crossed for Teutonic scouts, but something tells me it's not going to happen. Mangonel shots coming in here, not going to happen against the British crossbows. These British crossbows have just got so much range over the Mangonels that absolutely nothing is going to be happening there at all. The Lix Knights are pushing out against the the Knights from the Teutonic player out here, player 8 on the left-hand side, in the form of Coma, and it looks like again Sai is going to be in such a nice position. His conquistadors are nearly freely roaming inside of player 6's base as well, getting some X's coming in out here on the left hand side. What's going on over here? The British crossbows are about to puncture a hole straight into the economy of player 8 here in the form of Coma. Tim sending over some knights nearly fully upgraded as well from the Spanish player. I anticipate that we're going to be seeing an Imperial Age upgrade coming in very soon for Tim, as well as the Spanish paladins are more or less going to be expected in the pocket as well. We do see Lix and Love Cheng battling it out really, really nicely here on this left-hand side, and it looks like any sort of aggression. Oh, this is so nice. Villager picks from the Conquistadors from Feng Xin, getting in amongst it on this right-hand side. Yo, again, nearly in the Imperial Age. He's got so many stables. He's got the economy to back this up. He is going to be in a fantastic position with Love Cheng building a castle, a funky castle, a forward castle, a ballsy castle, right outside the stables of the Teutonic player for Chao out here on the left-hand side. And again, we have a little bit of a pause, it would seem. No, pause undone. Maybe just a bit of a lag spike. The sling continues, and this is the thing. If you're going ahead and you're doing a sling, the player being slung needs to do damage, and it hasn't really worked out that well for So Big DL, as he has been locked up in his base from the fantastic pressure being applied to him by Yo, and also teamed up with the Spanish player Feng Xin as he throws down a town center out here on one of the forward golds. Love Cheng, has he got his castle up yet? No, he hasn't, but there's a big scuffle out here on the left-hand side. There should be the numbers here, I would say, maybe from the CR team to push this back. The Chao team battling underneath the fact that he does have he does have the defender's advantage kicking in for him here as well. But we can see plate barding armor. We can see Cavalier coming in for Yo. We can see two-man sword. We can see a hell of a lot of knights coming in. Spanish knights rocking in for Panda TV, i.e. Tim, as he clicks up to the Imperial Age now as well. And a little bit of speeding up going on. Let's see if I can slow that back down a little bit so that I can catch my breath somewhat between these fights. And it looks like, I think I might have called this correctly, it looks like the Chao team will be able to clean this up quite conclusively. Of course, orange and red do look somewhat similar, but those British crossbows are going bye-bye from Love Chang. And it looks like that the Hunnic Knights for Lix have not been able to do too much too, and this could be a bit of a dire situation out here on the left-hand side. This is a frightening example of how many knights you need to pretty much soil yourself and go crying to your mother about how unfair this game can sort of be. But again, Yo and Feng Xian pushing in on the right-hand side, a really nice strong push here coming in with +4 defense, and Cavalier having been done from the Teutonic player. Mr. Yo, as Sai does also start to push out and take control of these extra gold piles in the middle of the map. But here's a nice big push coming in from the left-hand side. A castle being thrown down at the front of Love Ching's base. Not really going to be able to take down these knights in any sort of quick time fashion at all. It's going to be interesting to see how Love Ching does actually decide to, or how Love Ching decides to play this out. But his pocket, the Hunnic player, we're going to see Hunnic Paladins, well, Cavalier first, but we're going to see a lot of Hunnic cavalry coming in from Lix out here on the left-hand side. So if Love Chang can just hold on, he should be in a fine position. We've got some British crossbows with +2 attack having been done, but this town centre is going down in a matter of seconds as we see that Love Chang's villagers are starting to flee to wherever the hell they can get to. On the right-hand side, how's the push going though? The push is going fantastically. Whatever is happening out on the left-hand side for Love Chang is happening double quick time out here on the right hand side for this Chao team. We see Cavalier coming in for Lix. So like I said, Sai is looking in such a good position. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic fight out here once Cavalier kicks in. Has +4 been done? +4 has not been done, but +4 is kicking in now for Lix as he pushes in on this left-hand side. A cheeky Cavalier out here from Mr. Yo as well, just helping out his ally. We see that Tim has has advanced to the Imperial Age as well. Paladin coming in for Yo. Paladin at 38 minutes into the game. That's going to be so strong. We can see Cavalier, Hunnic Cavalier roaming around, just trying to clean up all of this sort of aggression that's coming in from Tim and Coma out here on this left-hand flank. Lots of flares, and here we go, the mass exodus, the mass migration of player 6 vills, and this is not what you want to see as well. Coma just grabbing wheelbarrow now at 38 minutes into the game is strong, but you can see that there is not a lot of purple on the map, and it's not looking good for Chao Ren, in my opinion. If your player that's being slung is having to completely abandon his base, you know something is not really rocking out too well for you at all. Paladin having been done with conscription kicking in now as well for Mr. Yo. We do see a lot of Cavalier from the Spanish player Tim kicking in here as well, but I think the sheer numbers as well as the backup of the Conquistadors from Feng Xian is just going to be too strong, and now the slinging player is under pressure. We see a little bit of a mini sling coming into Feng Xian just to help maybe boost him up to the Imperial Age just a little bit quicker. But again, this mass exodus of player 6 vills from So Big DL coming out here to the left hand side because he knows that he can't evacuate to his pocket because his pocket's been slinging him the whole game, and his pocket is now under pressure with fully upgraded Paladins and Spanish Conquistadors coming in as well, so he knows he can't escape there. He's going to have to try and escape all the way out to the other side of the map, and he's going to be met with a couple of Paladins here from Mr. Yo, and it is not looking fantastic for the Chao Ren team here. We can see player 6's base is all but completely and utterly gutted. This is not looking strong as we see the Imperial Age upgrade coming in for Feng Xian now as well. We don't even need to look at the village account. We know that it's so heavily in favor of the Sai team here. It's all pretty much resting on the shoulders of this left-hand side. We do see any Imperial Age upgrade coming in. No Imperial Age upgrade coming in, but the fact that we can see the GG being called now from Mr. So Big Diao shows that Chao Ren is tapping out of this first game. And the first game in this best of 7 series between Chao Ren and Sai has gone quite convincingly and quite comfortably to the Sai team. So congratulations to them, very, very well played. Just such a strong performance and not enough damage done with the sling, in my opinion. So we'll come out of the game, we'll update the score and all that fun stuff as well. Oh man. Alright, let's put some music on. Let me update the scores and all that good stuff. And how soon are they going to be kicking into the game? Nope, they're still chilling around in the game lobby. Looks like one of the players had to duck out. Who was it, or have they just come down? Nope, they haven't gone to spectator. Looks like they've just ducked out for something. Who was it? It was one of the Chao boys. Could be interesting. I think Robo just moved me. I'm not really sure.
Nothing of the sort.
I feel like Robo just moved me. I don't know where my name is anymore. Where the hell did you move me to? Where am I? Where am I talking? Oh, there. Oh, community streaming. Dude, I didn't even know that.